everybody, Rose Matter here. Welcome to part 24 of my Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel Let's Play. Last episode, we confronted Sakura, who showed up at Shirou's place to take Ilya away. Shirou managed to kind of like talk her down. She was ready to kill Tosaka, but thankfully we stopped it all from happening. And she's basically like, alright, I will be waiting for you at the Holy Grail Gate, or whatever that place is called, the one that's at the shrine. So we've done all we can. We have gathered up our crew, created the gem sword, and are on our way to try and stop Sakura without killing her. It's gonna be, I imagine we're gonna, this is it. This is the finale coming up. Not necessarily this episode, but I don't see it lasting more than a few episodes before it's all done. I'm excited, but I'm a little sad that it's going to be wrapping up soon. But anyway, guys, the final fight between ourselves and Sakura is about to begin. So let's get back into it and see what happens next. It's an altar enshrining the stars. The fire blazes up as if to connect the heaven and the earth. The flickering fire illuminates the dark cave and singes the surrounding dome. But this can't be a proper enshrinement. It is said to connect to the sky, but the heavens are still underground. And the shining light isn't red, but black. The air is impure, the wind is stagnant, and the drops of water on the walls are colored like poison. The underground kingdom that's said to be the dragon's lair actually looks like the dragon's stomach. No human would come here. The only ones to come and honor this alien world are serpents fleeing from the light. A white skull coughs in this alien world. The one tinted by dark red light is the one who lost his master, the servant assassin. The white skull creeps across the wall. A girl stands before him. Swathed in a black curse, she blankly stares at the oncoming figure. The He stops 5 meters in front of the girl. Sticking to the wall like a spider, Assassin speaks into empty space. And the call reaches him. The voice of the old magus echoes through the empty chamber. The old man who was killed by Kotomine Kyrie still lives in this underground kingdom. It's natural. The one killed in the forest was just a collection of worms. The main body of the old magus, the host that contains his soul, is sleeping in the safest place on earth. Even the priest's holy words cannot kill him unless the main body is destroyed.
Sakura, アサシンと契約を結べ。バサカを失った今、新しい護衛が必要じゃろ。
The voice echoes. The girl clad in black curse, Mato Sakura, doesn't answer. Ignoring the one who has absolute control over her, she looks off blankly into space.
何をしておる、Sakura。わしの言葉が聞けぬというのか。
Be amazing she just destroyed him right here. The irritated voice also contains danger. The old man is irritated. He's angry she lost Eliasville in Berserker.
Sakura, もう一度言うぞ。わしの言葉が聞けぬというのか。
Cold scorn. The girl has never disobeyed this voice. It's not fear, but submission to his absolute controlling power. The girl does fear the old man. Moreover, the girl cannot disobey him, because her heart is...
待たれよ魔術師殿。この女、もはや精神が壊れてしまっているのではないか。あれほどの念を受け入れているのだ。脆弱な小娘に耐えきれるはずもない。
His irritation disappears. A gentle silence. The sounds of worms crawling fills the hell lit by black flame.
どうやらそのようじゃな。しばらくは持つかと思うたが、幕引きはあっけなかったの。
The old magus sounds disappointed, yet happy. The girl doesn't answer. Her mind has been swallowed by darkness.
では予定通りその娘を。
人聞きの悪い。予定通りなどではないぞ。あくまで仕方なくじゃ。麻藤さくらの理性は消えてしまった。このままではあの化け物を制御する者がいなくなってしまう。故に非道と知りながらも空洞になった孫娘を食らおうというのではないか。
A laugh. Coming from the girl's throat, rising from her throat is the old man's laughter. Oh, that's just gonna... Shiro's just be like, ugh. Imagine that. Imagine having that old voice coming out of your girlfriend's mouth.
では急ぎ行っていただけぬかな。私の体は消えかけている。早急に魔力をもらわねば消えてしまう。
では始めるとするか。いやはや実に残念だぞさくら。ここまであれを育てたお主じゃ。せめて聖杯を手に入れる栄光は譲りたかったのだが仕方あるまい。恨むのなら己を恨め。儀式が間に合わなかったはイリアスフィールを逃したお前の落ち度よ。
A gritting sound. A worm squirms to swap her head. It isn't visible. There are no worms on the girl's body. It's not on the outside. It's a distorted thought that creeps up from her heart. Worm user Mato Zouken, his main body, the host of his rotting soul, is a false nerve hidden within Mato Sakura's heart.
体はまだ変わりきっていないが、何贅沢は言わぬ。その肉体、消えた主に代わってわしが引き継いでやる。さらばださくら。実験作の身でよくぞ耐え抜き、よくぞわしを楽しませた。
Sound of writhing blood vessels. Mato Zouken's spirit orders his main body to eat the girl's brain. Oh, but...
その必要はありません。
Oh
おじい
shit.
様。
Oh shit, yes.
私は大丈夫です。
Oh, I wonder if like she waited for him to get into her body and then she's like, I'm gonna destroy you from like inside my body. The girl puts her hand on her chest and wakes up.
おう、飲まれてしまったかと思うたが、まだ踏みとどまっておったが。ではさくら、ちと事情が変わってな。わしではアサシンを維持できなくなった。少しばかり負担をかけるが、わしの代わりにアサシンと契約するがよい。
The old magus gives her an order, but the girl shakes her head in refusal. Why she'd be like, I'm stronger than you, old man. I can do whatever I want. I don't need you anymore.
何のつもりかな、さくら。
ですから言ったでしょ、おじい
Oh, I
様。
love when she's got that cold voice.
その必要はありません。
I wouldn't even think it's the same girl. An ice cold voice. At that instant, a vast darkness swallows the white skull on the wall. Oh shit. The surprise comes too late. The assassin's body is compressed in an instant, his mask the only part not crushed. The mask falls. Under the white skull, the face that should be there is a skull just like the mask.
なんだ。どんな顔をしてるかと思えば、もともと顔がない人だったんですね。あなたは顔を隠していたんじゃなくて、素顔を隠すことで顔があると思わせているだけのつまらない人だった。
小娘、きさ。
顔をなくして名前も捨てて、それでも永遠を求めたなんて。けど残念。永遠を求めるなら、おじい様のようにこれからも生き続けることを望まないと。いくら聖杯でも、過去に戻ってあなたの名前を取り戻すなんてことはできないんだから。消えなさい、山の主。あなたは何者でもない一人の暗殺者。ただ一人の破産になどなれないわ。
Even as death cries swallowed by the shadow, the white-skulled assassin is swallowed by the girl's shadow.
貴様正気か？何をするのだこのバカ者め。
His panic is akin to fury. Is he surprised or is he frightened? In response to the old man's scream, the girl smiles.
だってあの人、二度も先輩に手を挙げたでしょ。だから殺しました。だっ
Oh,
て、先輩を傷つけていいのは、私だけなんだから。
な、
それにおじいさま。おじいさまはもう、彼に守られなくてもいいんです。なら、彼には暇をあげないとかわいそう。
and then she plunges her finger into her own body as if performing psychic surgery and pulls out a worm that was buried deep within her. Oh, she looks so cool. How do you describe the fear, the terror? She gouged her heart, an act that could tear all the nerves in her body, smiling all the while.
何をする、さくら。
Wriggles. The girl stares with empty eyes at her grandfather, what used to be her grandfather, what seems to have been her grandfather.
なんだ。やってみたら簡単なんですね。私、おじいさまはもっと大きいかと思っていました。
No, actually, Mato Zouken's true body wasn't this small. The old Magus switched his main body when he planted himself in her heart. To inhabit her heart, he had to be smaller than a heart. In retrospect, his strange preference was his downfall.
さくら、よもや。
あの神父さんには感謝しないといけませんね。あの方がおじいさまを消してくださらなかったら、本当に私が食べられていたところだった。
She sees through his plan. No, this outcome was inevitable. The old Magus didn't even try to hide his intentions, and the girl didn't disobey him. So there was no problem. She was just a thing that the old Magus would eventually take over, until she betrayed him.
待て。違うぞ、さくら。お前に取り付くというのは最後の手段だ。お前の意識があるのなら、門は全てお前に与える。わしは魔党の血統が栄えればそれでよい。
She's just gonna crush it in her hands.
お前が勝者となり、全てを手に入れるのならば、それでよいのだ、さくら。
The worm squirms around. The girl smiles at the trash in her fingers.
それではなおさらですね。だって、もうおじいさまの手はいりません。あとは私だけでも、門を開けることはできますから。
The impossible occurs. The old Magus only made one mistake.
待つのだ。待ってくれ、さくら。わしはお前のことを思ってやってきたのだぞ。それを恩をあだで返すような真似を。
さようなら、おじいさま。200年も地の底でうごめいていたのは疲れたでしょう。さあ、もうお消えになっても結構です。
The old man has raised her too much. Believing her to be pure, he never noticed the darkness within. Darkness that, he created by abusing her so much. Pushed her to her limit. The girl is the only one left at the altar. The swaying black fire rejoices at the independence of the girl that embodies it. The girl stares at the blood on her hand. And laughs like an empty puppet. There's no reception. The Ryoto Temple hides in the dark, emitting alien powers like a crouching giant. There must be wind blowing far above me. If I strain my ears, I can hear it howling.
階段の上に力を感じます。境内の裏手にある池に何らかの場が作られているようですが。
いいえ、そっちに用はないわ。上で作られてる場は表向きのただ聖杯を欲しがるマスター用のもんよ。聖杯戦争の大元に行こうって言うんなら上じゃなくて下に行かないとね。
Tosaka walks away from the stairs into the forest.
ライダー、大丈夫か？竜道寺は結界が張ってあるんだろ？サーバントは正門からしか山に入れないって聞いたけど。
多少の重圧はありますが、耐えられるレベルです。それに、中に入りさえすれば、この土地はサーバントにとって最適な霊脈です。大気に満ちたマナを吸い上げれば、 回復はたやすい。
そうか。辛いだろうが、少しの間我慢してくれ。
We push our way through the tree branches. There's not even an animal trail over the mountain, so we even have to climb down rock walls.
イリアの話じゃこの辺りなんだけど。シロ、入り口らしきもの見当たらない？
Alright, so it seems to be going the same way as what happened last time, except we didn't have Ryder with us, so things will go better, I assume. But yeah, I wonder if it's all going to be the exact same until we actually get inside the cave and we confront Saber, but we have Ryder with us, who seems to be the only one who can defeat her.
らしきものってなんだよ。
岩肌に人が入れそうな亀裂があるとか、あからさまに怪しい社とかよ。一応入り口なんだから、まさか落とし穴ってわけでもないでしょ？
無茶言うな。星が出てるからって夜の森で周りが見通せるかって。
Oh, I can. We must be behind the temple because I see many dead trees. There's no sign of human influence. There's nothing here but dead trees and a small stream.
小川？
Hold on. That means the water is coming from somewhere.
ライダー、あの小川の先、岩が固まってるよな。真っ暗でよく見えないけど、あれ、もしかして横穴になってないか？
シロ、振り向かないように。
Oh, do not turn around. I hear a small metallic sound. Ryder must have taken off her restraint.
ありますね。天然の洞穴
Right,
です
because she's
が、
got the eyes that
人
will
間が
that
入れないこと
basically
もない。
turn into stone.
ここからでは1メートルほどで行き止まっているように見えますが、魔術による偽装が感じられます。
そっか、助かる。トサがそれらしいものあったみたいだ。
We pick our way down to the stream. It's more like a spring flowing out from the rocks. The stones are piled atop one another where it starts. There's a crack big enough for one person to fit through. It's like a snow hut, but made from rocks. You can see that a huge boulder is blocking the entrance, so nobody would even try to go in it.
当たり。この岩簡単にすり抜けるわ。
Tosaka walks into the darkness without turning around.
先にどうぞ。後ろは私が守ります。
I nod and enter the darkness. The sound of scraping on a hard surface. I progress down the wet rock using my hands. The ground slopes steeply downward. The weight of the darkness is stifling. Unless I keep my back to the ground as I move, I might fall into the endless dark. I lay flat on my back as I slowly descend. It's dark and I can't tell how far down the path goes. My breathing echoes in my ears.
シロ、今のうちに聞いておく。
Then Tosaka, the one leading the way, suddenly speaks up.
いいけど、なんだ？
宝石剣、なんで作ってくれたの？
She sounds blunt, as if she's just asking to kill time while we're descending.
なんでって、なんでさ。
だから、私はさくらを殺すって言ってるのよ。そんな私に武器を預けていいのかってこと。
I nod in agreement. Well, Tosaka certainly has a point.
よくない。よくないけど、遠坂がいないと桜は助けられない。桜を助けたいんなら、一人より二人の方が確実だろ。それに、剣を投影するのは約束だった。俺は遠坂との約束を果たせなかった。だから、もう一つの約束だけはきちんと守りたかったんだ。
It happened a long time ago. I asked for Tosaka's help after I lost Saber. Tosaka responded to my call for help, and I made a promise with her. To let her win. I promised to make her the victor. I can't keep that promise anymore. So I have to keep the other promise with her. For the girl I used to admire. For Tosaka Rin, who believed in someone who had nothing at the time.
そう。律儀ね、あなた。
ああ、遠坂ほどじゃないけどな。
Silence returns to the darkness. The conversation ends. We continue our descent without looking at each other. A long path that seems to lead to hell. The path spirals downward, and just as I'm thinking we're over 100 meters underground, the dark cave changes completely, welcoming us. The path that could only accommodate one person widens up and leads on. There's no need for light. The cave is lit by a dim green glow, probably from some kind of luminous moss. The path is saturated with life force. It feels too lively, an air of birth filled with vigor and the joy of life, an immense amount of odd and mana. I'm probably saying both those words wrong. Mana so strong that it's almost visible. It makes me want to vomit. The warmth of life should be dazzling, but instead it's something rotten, making me want to look away. I have no words to say to her. This is a land of death. Talking to each other to soften the tension would only cost us our lives.
行くわよ。ここからは自分の命を優先して。
Tosaka heads down the path to the source of the black air. Ryder and I follow after her, concentrating on our surroundings. I see something red on the ground. It's a trace of blood. It leads to the back. Did someone come here before us? And someone wounded badly enough to leave behind a trail of blood.
Shirou.
すまない、すぐ行く。
I shake off that train of thought and head on. I can't be worrying about others. My consciousness fades away if I let my guard down. I'll disappear if I worry about needless things. I tighten my grip on the pendant. Letting the pain clear my mind, I step into the green darkness. A warm wind hits my cheeks. At its end, the path opens into a cavern. It's about as big as the school ground. It's too dark to make out the ceiling, but it must be about 10 meters high. I don't detect any signs of life. An unforgettable underground space that looks like the moonscape that I read about a long time ago. And there waits Saber, filled with absolute hostility. I'm so curious about how Saber and Ryder, how that fight's gonna go. She's the only one here. I don't see Sakura, Zouken, or Assassin. The only one blocking the way here is the girl who's turned black.
Saber.
There's no reply. Of course. Saber's duty is to eliminate any intruders. She's the gatekeeper and the executioner. Saber's the strongest servant Sakura has, so she could fight us by herself.
話し合いで通してくれるって雰囲気じゃなさそうね。
Tosaka lowers her stance and reaches for the gem sword she's hiding behind her back. She must intend to fight head on. I don't know what kind of ability that sword has, but she's going to fight Saber. That's not a good idea. We still have a countermeasure, since we know Saber's powers. We can't use our only secret weapon when Zouken and Assassin are waiting for us.
遠坂待て、セイバーは。
リン、私にはあなたと争う理由はない。くれぐれも間違いで私に剣を向けないように。あなた。
Speaking in the same quiet tone as before, Saber stops Tosaka in her tracks. We comprehend what she means right away.
どういうつもり？あなたはここの門番よね、セイバー。
はい。相手が何者であれ、ここを通る者は消去する。それが桜の命令です。ですが。
私は例外。桜の方から会いたがってるってわけ？
Saber nods.
そう。本気なんだ、桜。
She mutters. After taking a deep breath, Tosaka walks over to Saber.
遠坂。
悪いわね。そういうわけだから先に行かせてもらうわ。
Tosaka walks on without hesitation and passes by Saber. And right before she disappears.
シロ、あんたがどうなるかは知らないけど、私は信頼してるんだから。ちゃんと期待に応えてよね。
Wait, I can't understand if you complain to me without telling me what I should be doing.
だから、蹴りがついた後に来られて文句言われるのも迷惑だってこと。さくらを助けたいって言うんなら、あんまり遅くならないようにね。
Tosaka disappears, her hair fluttering behind her. Thanks, Tosaka. That gave me strength. In short, she told me to come help her while she keeps Sakura at bay.
それは不可能です。あなたはここで死ぬのですから。シロ。
Her hostility expands. Tosaka left, and Ryder and I are the only ones here. So she doesn't have to hold back anymore, huh?
殺すとは聞き捨てなりませんね。あなたが手にかけるのは この道を通る者のみ。彼がこの場にとどまるのなら、
We both know he's not
あな
just
たに
gonna
襲わ
stay
れること
here.
はないはずですが。
とどまるのならばそうしよう。だが、その
Exactly.
男はどうあっても先に進む。私には勝てないと理解していながら、先に進むしかない。違いますか、ライダー。
そう。先に仕えていたのはあなただったわね、セイバー。彼の性格、知っていて当然ということ。
Saber narrows her eyes. The black holy sword is in her hands. She's coming. Ryder or I, if either one of us takes a step forward, Saber will use all her power to kill us.
セイバー、どうあっても引かないんだな。
くどい。それが私の役割と言った。
I grab the shroud. Saber shows no sign of hesitation. We're already enemies. I realized that back in the forest. So,
そうか。なら、ここでお前を消滅させる。
I have to accept it.
俺はサクラを助ける。そのために、お前は邪魔だ。
Saber's not my only enemy. There's still Assassin and Zouken. I can't be wasting my time here. Well, haha, about that.
シロ、あなたは後ろに。指示通り、セイバーの相手は私がします。
Removing the restraint on her mystic eyes, Ryder motions me back with one hand. Saber raises her sword. The hostility is already aimed at Ryder.
バカ言うな。二人がかりでやるって言っただ
And
ろ
what if he accidentally looks at her, is like,
Ryder じゃセイバーには。
and then just turns to stone.
倒せないまでも押しとどめることはできる。幸いセイバーは魔眼よけの特性を持っていません。魔力で上回る彼女を石化することはできませんが、重圧をかけることはできる。全力でかかれば2分は拮抗できるでしょう。
Ryder's eyes capture Saber. The mystic eyes, which petrify anyone in her sight, temporarily lower Saber's ability.
状況は私が作ります。あなたは動かず、気を逃さぬよう気を配りなさい。
ライダ
では、私の命はあなたに預けます。シロ。
Ryder disappears. The black cavalryman dashes at the swordsman with light speed. The attack is made so quickly that human reactions cannot even perceive it. But Saber repels it like
い
nothing.
いだろう。まずはあなたが消えろ、ライダー。
A heavy pressure fills the cavern. A cruel smile on her face, the black swordsman starts to move. Her vision spreads out. The instant Tosaka Rin escapes the darkness, she forgets that she's deep underground. The impossibly high canopy and black sun. The huge cavern isn't a cave, but a desolate land. There should be 3 kilometers across. In the distance stands a monolithic wall. This is the start and end of this war. There should be a giant crater above the cave. Up there is the system that has been activated for 200 years. The massive rock that holds a large magic circle. The great holy grail belches black fire from its mortar-shaped center. The embryonic movements of the black shadow. The light illuminating the desert is a wave of magical energy. According to Tosaka's records, this is what you'd call the altar of the beginning. The middle that leads to the middle. The circular circuit, the world of heart, heaven's feel. It has immeasurably... Why can't I speak with this one? Oh my god. It has immeasurable magical energy, creating an alien world that lives up to its name.
あれがアンリマユ。この世すべての悪っていうのは伊達じゃないってこと
I think
ね。
I'm just gonna call this thing Avenger. I can't pronounce its name, unfortunately. Rin talks lightly as she makes her way to the altar. She's worried about Shirou and Ryder, but her situation isn't too good either. The magical energy in the Great Holy Grail isn't something a human can handle. The vortex of magical energy could be called infinite. There's so much that it won't run out, not even if all the magi in the world come here and use whatever magic they wish. It's more than anyone can use in a lifetime, and therefore could be called infinite.
不可能はないか。 確かにあれはあらゆる願いを可能にする聖杯だ。
Her determination almost breaks, faced with a numbing premonition of death, keeping her spirits up with idle talk. She walks on. The ones she's watching out for are Assassin and Mato Zouken. Mato Sakura isn't a threat. She's lost her mind and Rin sees no danger from her. She's just Zouken's puppet after all. Except didn't she crush him in the last episode? I can't remember what happened to Assassin, but like she definitely took out Zouken. Rin's greatest enemy is Mato Zouken. Then again, that guy is he is a cockroach. Maybe he somehow survived. The fight against Mato Sakura isn't
お
important.
かしい。これじゃあ祭壇についちゃうんだけど、私。
This is all part of Sakura's plan, isn't it? Zouken shouldn't allow an intruder to trespass this far. If he's planning to attack her, it'll be on the way to the altar. But it's not happening, and Rin's about to reach her destination. She thinks, like, if this is too easy, something is definitely wrong. Why is there no interference from Zouken? Why can't she feel his or Assassin's presence? She makes a guess. She denies the possibility, but easily accepts it. No, she's forced to accept it, because...
嬉しいわ、姉さん。逃げずに来てくれたんですね。
Yes, turns out to be true. She looks up, on top of the cliff, with the black sun behind her. Mato Sakura welcomes her older sister. Rin retreats a little, overwhelmed by the pressure. The girl has been transfigured further than Rin expected. What was it again? Avenger is a servant without form. It's only a shadow that takes form using people's wishes. Therefore, its powers depend on its master. Mato Sakura is now, I'll try to say it, Angra Manu, all evils of this world. The function to emit the curse is the girl called Mato Sakura.
参った。綺麗がいたら神の代行者とか言うんだろうな。
Rin looks up at Sakura, who's turned into a bottomless well of magical energy, and releases her gem sword. But is it something that can match the being above her? I love the organ. It does sound very like a religious thing, right? It's like a church thing. Like this, it does feel like she's fighting a god right now, or a devil. There are two functions for weapons that support magic and ceremonial equipment that assist in rituals. One function is to amplify. It's a backup, increasing and supplementing one's magical energy and strengthening the spell itself. These items are considered orthodox support equipment, and magi carry at least one. Rin's jewels are classified in this group. Another is a limited function. It's a special magical item where the weapon itself becomes magic. It's activated using the magical energy of the Magus and performs a predetermined divine mystery. Its greatest advantage is that it enables the Magus to use magic she's not capable of ordinarily. It only has one application and thus lacks versatility, but for that reason, its power is immense. A lance that always pierces the heart, a bridle that enslaves holy beasts, a dagger that cancels any magical effect. Noble phantasms of servants are usually classified in this group. It's like Rin's like, I've become my own servant. So which is the gem sword? Is it support equipment that gives magical energy to the user? Or is it a limited weapon that defeats the enemy with its unique ability? But, no matter which it may be, nothing should be able to match Mato Sakura. The difference in their magical energy is too vast. No matter what kind of a magic it may be, Mato Sakura should be able to drive it back in one breath.
どうしました姉さん。そんなに怯えて。今さら臆病風に吹かれたなんて言わないでくださいね。
言うじゃない。そういうあんたこそいつもそばにいる保護者はどうしたのよ。弱虫なんだからすぐ近くにいてもらわないと困るんじゃない？
The air freezes. Hostile tension mixes into the warm air in the cavern. The black girl bites her lip and sighs.
おじいさまならもういません。邪魔でしたから アサシンと一緒に潰したんです。
She smiles gracefully. Man, it's just crazy. Go back to like the beginning of this route, or just back to the game, like the very beginning when you first meet Sakura. Never did I think she would turn out like this. She doesn't need to ask. Mato Zouken was killed by Mato Sakura. It's natural that he hasn't shown himself. The old Magus was eaten by his own pet dog.
なるほど。完全に自由になったわけね。良くも悪くも、ゾウケンは今まであんたを縛っていた支配者だった。その抑圧を自分の手で始末して、もう怖いものはないってわけ。
いいえ、それがまだなんですよ、姉さん。おじい様を消したぐらいじゃダメなんです。こんなに強くなって何だってできるようになったのに、私はまだ囚われている。もう姉さんなんて取るに足りない存在なのに、姉さんは私の中から消えてくれない。姉さんは私の中で今も懲りずに私をいじめ続けている。だからあなたがいる限り私は自由になんてなれません。
Her voice is a light sing-song, but the words are heavy as slime. The contradiction proves her madness. The hostility in the cavern is a rhapsody of superiority and awe.
その割にはご機嫌じゃない。ゾウケンを殺してアサシンも殺して、その分じゃキレイもあんたに殺されたと見るべきね。あれだけ嫌がってたのに大した手際だわ。人殺しにはもう慣れたの？
ええ。だって人を潰すのも飲み込むのも変わらないもの。人間は遊んでいないと毎日がつまらなくて意味がないし、飲まないと乾いて苦しいでしょ。ほら、だから同じ。姉さんと変わらない。私は当たり前のようにみんながしていることをするだけです。
ちょっと、今のへりくつ本気で言ってる？
へりくつなんかじゃありません。私は間違ってない。違ったのは強くなったからです。強くなったから今までとはあり方が変わってしまっただけ。私は強くなりました。強くなれば何をしても許されるんじゃないんですか。
But it's so effed up though. Like Sakura, you can see how she got twisted this way, right? Her whole life she's been the weak one. She's just been under other people's control, and now she's the powerful one, and she's like, I'm gonna get my revenge on everything. And also like the jealousy that she has for Tosaku has always been like the stronger one, the one who didn't have to deal with all the crap she had to deal with. It was just the bad luck of the draw that Sakura had to be, you know, the bearer of the worms.
そう、強くなれば誰にも負けなければ今までのことだって許される。私が私じゃなくなれば今までしてきたことも全部当たり前の仕方のないことだって言えるはずです。
A scream of rage. It's the complaint of a petulant child who can't escape unless she believes in it.
わかりましたか、姉さん。私はそういうものになるんです。だから誰だって殺せます。そんなの私にとっては当たり前のことなんだから。
そう。で、目につくものなら片っ端から八つ当たりするわけか。けどシローはどうなの？あいつは今でもあんたを助けられると信じてる。それでも関係なく、あんたはあいつをやっちゃう気？
The girl stiffens. Rin's question is her last obstacle. Her excitement cools down. Thinking about him, she regains her hold on herself. A serene smile crosses her face.
はい。それは先輩だって例外じゃないわ。私が殺してしまいたいのはあの人だけなんです、姉さん。私、先輩も
Oh, okay.
飲み込んでしまいたい。
Then he'll be a part of you forever. Yamato Sakura's reply shows that she's beyond help. Rin grips the gem sword and gauges the distance between them.
何がアンリ前と差し違えるよ。バカな子だと思ってたけど、ここまでバカとは思わなかったわ。完全に取り込まれて、とっくに人間やめてたのね。
A voice filled with clear hostility. As the supervisor of this land, Tosaka Rin acknowledges her own sister as evil.
強がりですね。素直になってください、姉さん。こんな強い力を見せられて、本当は羨ましがってるんでしょ？嫉妬してるんでしょ？だからわざわざ叶わないって知りながら私を殺しに来たんです。そう。この子を私から取り上げて、また自分だけで幸せになる気なんだ。
Shadows stand up, a magic of absorption, a bundle of magical energy that matches a servant's noble phantasm. Not one, but many rise up to attack.
渡さない。これは私の力です。姉さんにあげるものは
Damn, that line
後
goes
悔
hard.
と絶望だけ。それをゆっくりと教えてあげます。
There are 4 figures. They reach out with a small person beneath them like giants protecting the girl.
力の差を見せてあげますね。姉さん、今度は誰も助けに来ない。湖に落ちた虫みたいに、この私に溺れなさい。
The towering shadows attack her. A titanic power that can neither be blocked nor dodged swallows Tosaka Rin. Well, things are not going well over there. 2 black figures crash against one another. One is Ryder, running at great speed, striking at her enemy from all possible directions. Her long hair blows behind her, making her look like a beautiful shooting star. But a shooting star is a small star, after all. The swordsman who Ryder faces. Ryder cannot break through Saber's guard as she firmly fixes herself on the ground and overwhelms Ryder. No matter how quickly Ryder leaps to attack her blind spots, Saber deflects the daggers with a single swing of her blade, striking Ryder in the same motion. Her severe firmness reminds me of a black sun, a large star that will consume you once you draw near. No matter how fast Ryder may move, an ephemeral shooting star can never match the light of one that burns in place. Her sneak attacks repelled yet again, and she's wounded. She can retreat as Saber counterattacks because of her superhuman speed. Ryder closes in and withdraws in an instant, just like a black spark. But her efforts merely prevent a fatal blow. The difference in their powers is obvious. Ryder's speed decreases the more she attacks. High-speed movement and continuous offense. Natural healing that regenerates the wounds Saber sustains. She's not thinking about anything that comes after. She can't match Saber unless she uses all of her energy. Ryder's blocking Saber's attacks by attacking. Once Saber shifts to offense, she and her master will be killed instantly. Therefore, Ryder keeps running, knowing she'll eventually burn out. Like a star, right? Her energy's lost with every passing second. Ryder said she could last 2 minutes. It's been 10 minutes since passing that limit. Ryder's legs are starting to give in to the strain. In contrast, Saber is unscratched. Ryder's attacks have not reached her and she shows no fatigue. Technique, vitality, magical energy. Saber overwhelms Ryder in these 3 aspects. Therefore, once Ryder loses her speed, her sole advantage, Saber will shift to offense. Ryder's speed is declining. It's only a matter of time before Saber catches up to Ryder's speed. A few more seconds, Ryder will be out of breath once her next attack is blocked. The instant Ryder loses her strength and magical energy, Saber will slice her body in half. But this has been predicted before they came to the cavern. The boy told Ryder of his predictions, of this exact outcome. She knows that she'll lose if she fights like this. There's only one way to change the outcome of death. They hold their breath and wait for the moment. Ryder attacks Saber. At the same instant, I loosen the restraint on my left arm and start the projection. I'm disappearing, loosening the shroud on Archer's arm. Search. I'm blown away. The wind's strong. I'm losing my comprehension of what is before me. Let go of the right hand. Put the shroud back on. I can't bear it for even a second. I'll lose everything. I'll lose what I value. Search. Select. No, every part of my body is dying at this moment. Ryder's fighting desperately. I can't whine about this. I have to do what I can and fight. I can't lose my concentration for even a second. Ryder is going to time it. I have to free my left arm so I can match her timing. Select. Analyze. But it hurts. It's painful and scary. Quick, is Ride... It disappears. Something I value disappears. I can't remember what I lost. But what I kept in my heart cannot be recalled ever again. That's probably the night that, Kiritsugu died or something. Defer. Slash. My right lung is torn from within. Oh boy. And he hasn't even reached Sakura yet. Not yet. I can't stay conscious. Ryder is also desperate. I won't lose. I give all I have to give watching Ryder. No, sorry, I give all I have to keep watching Ryder. Ryder's fighting her fight. I'll fight my own. Ryder stops. Ryder must have exhausted her reserves of energy because she's on her knees in front of Saber. Saber's sword moves. Ryder is going to be killed. Okay, here we go. So yeah, one of these I think is going to get me the quote-unquote the normal ending. And so there's a lot of ways this can go. I am nearing the end of this game. It's crazy. Okay, so actually before I get to the normal ending, first I can get another Dojo. So let's do that. We attack Saber. I can't just abandon Ryder. I bear the pain and the shredding memory. I pull out the Azoth sword and run to the Black Swordsman. If my determination was quick, my action was quick as well. My legs are strong as an explosion, and my body is set fast as a bullet. Regurgitation... That's not how you say that. Regurgitation of blood. Black flow. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Backflow of my senses. Backflow of poison. My left arm and my body become one. An inexperienced warrior named Emiya Shirou turns into a supreme super being. A second feels like 10. I can manage it. I can match Saber by sacrificing Emiya Shirou.
Neo! Light
I run to the confronting figures and attack from the side.
Shirou!
Ryder's on the ground. Saber can only react with her eyes. I got her. I take aim at her open side and swing the Azoth sword at her left arm. Did you, though? It breaks. Sword that should have pierced Saber's flesh shatters at the moment of contact. Whoops! At the speed of light, the counterattack comes. An arm flies off. God damn, it rolls across the ground. Just as I planned. Alright. Ryder jumps back while Saber just stands there. This was just as you planned, I guess. Like if you decapitate the arm? Decapitate just means cut the head off. That doesn't. If you take off the arm, then, like, will he be saved? If he already uses the shroud and he loses part of himself, if you amputated the arm, would he basically, like, okay, I'm back to normal again? I kneel, trying to staunch the flow of blood from my left shoulder with my empty hand. I writhe in agony.
反応できなかったのではありません。反応する必要がなかったのです。シロ。
The Black Swordsman states without emotion. She comes near me. She steps behind my back and...
これであなたは牙をもがれた。口にはしませんが、さくらはあなたの存命を望んでいます。あなたを殺す前に無力化できたのなら、自分の前に連れて来いというのが彼女の望みです。ですが、
The tip of her sword pricks my spine. Ooh, a cold weight of death, able to pierce my heart with one push.
選びなさい。ここで私の剣にかかるか、死以上の死を桜に与えられるか、どちらを取るかはあなた次第です。
I'm losing consciousness. My blood's flowing out of me, and a sword is pressed against my back. Just as I planned. I don't know what I chose. There's only one thing I'm sure of. It's that I can't save Sakura, no matter what.
タイガー道場は
Wait, what?
前回で最終回を迎えたよ。
Who's this girl, Kaede? Huh?
丸ボタンを押してタイトル画面に戻った方が身のためだぜ。
What is
エ
happening?
キストラステージサイドみんな元気？
情け容赦なくデッドってる？軽い気持ちの選択ミスからあなたを救うタイガー道場リミックスだよ。
私たちの戦いはまだ始まったばかりだぜ。
ああ、それダメ。そのセリフを言うと打ち切りになるからやめて。さて、さくらちゃんルートもクライマックス直前。東坂さんが大ピンチって時にやられてる場合じゃないでしょう。
そうだよ。シロじゃどうあってもセイバーには勝てないんだから、ここはライダーを信じて自分の仕事に徹すること。
There's been a lot of times that I have died by having Shirou just choose not to trust in the servants to do what they're supposed to do. 'Cause he has
シ
to
ローの
save the
役割
women.
は後
He's
方
gotta
支
step
援。
in and be the
遠くから
savior.
戦いを見守って美味しいところをかっさらうべし。けどこうなんていうか派手な話になってきたわね。舞台は地下になるわ。さくらちゃんは超絶パワーアップをするわ。あー、フェイトよ、どこに行く？
そうなんすよ師匠。このルートこそ私の出番かと思ったらライバルがさくらでしょ。もう全然勝負にならなくて、こうやって道場に出戻りしたのでした。いやいや、
悲惨な話じゃのう。いじめられっ子が実は一番打たれ強いっていうのは本当だったんだ。恐るべし東坂姉妹、実はどっちも悪魔っ子だったとは。
ほんとみんな猫かぶってて困っちゃう。セイバーもブラックになって容赦ないし、リンもいざとなったら冷酷になるし、シローもかわいそう。ヒロインの中で裏表ないの私だけだもの。
いやまあ確かにイリアちゃんは裏表ないけどね。さて、それじゃ恒例のちょっといい話。さくらちゃんルートヘブンズフィールは2種類のエンディングがあります。このどちらかがグランドフィナーレセイルステイナイトの真のエンディングです。
トゥルーとノーマルね。まあノーマルには簡単にいけると思うわ。けどトゥルーへの条件は今までの成果が問われるっていうか、ぶっちゃけ私の好感度が4以下だったり投影を1回でも多く使ってるとトゥルーにはいけないのでした。
Alright, well let's check. I think I've done everything, but I haven't checked the relationship in a while. There we go, we're 4, we're good. It's all fine.
チェストーネタバレすん
何よ、最後なんだからこれぐらいいいじゃない。
Well, except apparently there's another Tiger Dojo after this. So I don't know why they're saying this is the last one.
ダメなり、これはフェイト最後の砦なり。でもぶっちゃけイリアちゃん好感度は14日目からやり直せばなんとかなるのである。
何よ、タイガだってはっきり言ってる。
だってここ Q&A よ。ヒントを出すことが私たちの存在理由よ。
そうなんだ。ネタバレとよく違いがわからないけど、とにかく師匠応募だ。
39回目にしてようやく気づいたか。さて 次はいよいよオー
Okay,
ラ
there
ス
we go. Next one will be the
最後
final
の
one.
タイガー道場よ。長かった本編もついにおしまい。最後のバッドエンドは鳥を飾るにふさわしい
What if it
ラ
actually
ブラブ
was?
激ヤマ番外編という噂。
Well, I mean, Sakura did say she wants to swallow me up, so who knows?
おのおの期待して優柔不断を貫くがよい。
Alright, so we are going to do the normal ending here. So we're going to use another projection. I pass my limits. I project a weapon to stop Saber while maintaining the projection for Ryder. I lose my cool. My thoughts surpass the speed of light and white out. Robbed of object and subject, I'm controlled by an unknown perception.
トレースフラクタル
Shrinking endlessly, expanding endlessly, multiplying endlessly. The fantasy turns into chaos with law. It came from nothingness, but it didn't come from nothingness, and many similarities arise from expansion.
I am the bone of my sword
I ready the sword I projected.
カラドボルグ
There's no need to aim. The image of it hitting is there, so this attack will surely hit Saber. It's some unreturnable breaks. I see the result with my ruptured left eye. Ryder is retreated from Saber. Having just repelled the spiral sword, Saber is unable to pursue her. The small opening lasts a mere 2 seconds, but those 2 seconds are more than Ryder needs.
ホグ
50 meters. Seeing the sudden gap between them, Saber instantly realizes Ryder's intention. Then there's only one way to oppose it. The strongest attack for a strongest attack. Black light blows out. A scorching wind bursts forth from Saber's sword. A comet will attack her in the next second. The strongest noble phantasm is employed to wipe out the pure white light from Ryder.
Saber!
Ryder lowers her stance. The summoning circle is already completed. A giant eye bound by blood materializes in front of her.
来るかライダー
The sword ready beside her, converging and spinning. The light of the star reaches the critical point. The black sun stands ready, the flare held in both hands.
ベルレ
Its true name is cast. Ryder's figure is instantly covered in white.
エクス
Caliber! But I'm thinking about like way back. I think the first route with Ryder is her ultimate noble phantasm. Wasn't it when she was like on the Pegasus or something? Something about her basically being like a white light that is able to like attack you like a comet. But I don't think she's gonna have her Pegasus out here. Saber's sword transforms into a blazing black flame. And it's so sad because normally Saber, right? She's the light. Excalibur is usually like the good light, because she's supposed to be like the good knight. The two lights in the cavern contend for supremacy. At that instant, I stop time. I accelerate all my processes, disguising this instant as eternity.
トレースオン
Search, search, analyze, project. That's my role. The second projection, magic that shaves my existence away. But we can't beat Saber without it. We can't match Saber's noble phantasm, even with Bellerophon. We knew that already, so I'm going to make her win. If Ryder's noble phantasm is inferior in force, I'll make up for the difference.
I am the bone of my sword
I already know what I have to use. The projection's completed in an instant. The greatest projection archer knows. The noble phantasm that will lead Ryder to victory.
ローハイアス
I make it into reality using its true name. A shudder runs through my outstretched arm. Nerves, muscles, and blood dance around like mad. I frantically hold my convulsing left arm with my right. bear it. I can't stop the projection. The lights are still competing. If Ryder loses Ias now, she'll be vaporized in an instant. My left arm jumps about while my shoulder fires bullets into my body. The magical energy I can't control explodes inside my body, and just like an eraser, turns Shirou's body white. I roar. I scream to ward off the pain and the fear of losing myself. Their magical energy is smashed. It completely destroys the balance between the two. Scattering the fourth petal, the black ultimate light penetrated through. It fills the cavern with bright white light. The two servants are blown away. Ryder smashes against the wall at the exact speed at which she charged. Saber is hurled backwards by Belle Ferone and falls to the ground on her back. They're both alive. Ryder must have used up her magical energy as she's still on the ground. But Saber, she is deeply wounded, but she still has some power left. Now, she can regenerate too, right? Like, that's still a problem. We barely had the edge in the confrontation of the noble phantasms. Bella Ferone had 90% of its light offset by Saber's holy sword. I run without understanding what I have to do. I release the Azoth sword while I run.
Saber.
Is he gonna kill her? I run to her. I run to her and straddle her defenseless body.
Shirou.
Did she hit her head? Saber's looking up at me absent-mindedly, as she sounds like she used to. How must I look to her? I'm on top of her, looking down with a dagger upraised. Saber's natural healing power is extraordinary. She'll regenerate unless I finish her off right now. Finish her here. We'll be killed unless I kill Saber, who's wounded and unable to fight back. My fragmented mind is strangely clear right now. She must be conscious again. Saber staring at me with cold eyes. Here we go, okay. So this is going to be save Saber like an idiot, because he can't help himself. This is going to lead to the final Tiger Dojo of the game. I can't bring the blade down. And she's like, oh, I can bring a blade up. My hand is shaking and I can't pierce Saber's heart. She's just looking up at me. She's staring at me without emotion or interest. Only a few days. It's only been 8 days since the night I lost her. No, I should say it's already been 8 days. It's been that long since I lost her clear golden hair and her gentle green eyes. Yeah, it feels like a lifetime ago. I can still clearly recall her silver armor and the beauty of her attacks. Even though I knew nothing, she accepted me as her master, serving as my sword till the very end. No matter how many times she was wounded and faced death, her determination never wavered. I won't forget about it. I can't forget about that night, that miracle, the golden hair shining under the moonlight. It's an eternal scene that will never be lost, no matter how much she changes. He's just into saving women that can't be saved. And I realize I can't kill Saber. Even though she has turned dark and her magical energy is ominous, she's still the Saber that protected me. Ryder's gonna be like, what the shit, dude? Really? So how could I kill her?
Saber.
The dagger falls, not onto her chest, but onto the ground. The black swordsman says nothing. Her body's completely healed now. It's probably because of the enormous amount of Sakura's magical energy. Her body is not the only thing that healed, as her magical energy is charged as well.
シロ、初めてあなたを憎んだ。
I can understand Saber's hatred.
あなたは私にあなたを殺せというのですね。
It's natural she's disappointed.
いいでしょう、望み通り。私の手であなたの首を。
Oh, the cave rumbles. What's happening off in the darkness? A rumbling like a death cry comes from the way Tosaka went. The vibration sounds like a lamentation. The person causing the rumbling is frantically calling for help.
Saber!
I don't know if it's because of the vibration, but Saber's body is sinking to the ground. No, she's being swallowed up by her own shadow.
Saber! でも
あなたの処刑は先送りです。
Oh, wow, okay.
さくらが救いを求めている。
I did not expect it. I thought that it was just going to be like I was all lost in my memories of Saber and she was just going to stab me and then kill Ryder and that would be it, but I guess not. The shadow fades away. Having drawn Saber in, it seeps into the rock and disappears. I suddenly wake up. I realize I'm sleeping in an unfamiliar place. No, something's wrong. Something is wrong, but I can't put my finger on it. I get up. I shake my head and clear my mind.
そうだ。奥に行かないと。
I eliminated something important at the cost of something important.
探検を持っていかないと。
I pull the Azoth sword from the ground. That's odd. Why is the dagger that was in my hand sticking out of the ground? I tighten the restraint on my left arm. I've used up most of the magical energy. What's left in Archer's arm, and myself. I should be able to do more if I combine them, but I can only manage one more projection. I won't be able to suppress Archer's arm after that. I'm forgetting something, but I should hurry for now. My body's stiff. I feel like I'm a tin man. Someone is calling for me in the distance. A voice. The unfamiliar voice. Feels like something important, and I move my tin body forward. It takes time to go through the cave. The rumbling has already stopped. A warm wind that makes me want to vomit is coming from the back. My left arm hurts. My brain shreds a little more with each step, and my thoughts are crumbling apart like a collapsing building. I escape from the black darkness into the white darkness. My body's burning. I'm a brazier, and it feels like I'm thrown inside a furnace. My headache is getting worse. My breath is hot, and the air is even hotter. The heat burns my lungs, and the rotten air sticks to my throat. I was wrong. This isn't a furnace. It's like being inside a giant stomach. Well, she did say she wants to eat you. This is the last stage. The final destination where Sakura hid herself. Zouken lurked, and Tosaka has now gone. But it's too quiet. I don't feel any battles going on. Everything is so intensely white that I can't find Zouken's laughter, Tosaka's figure, or Sakura's downcast expression. I walk forward without a thought for what might have happened. I don't have time or energy to waste on that. My thoughts are a precious resource right now. I can project one more time. I can't degrade my final weapon with unnecessary speculation. I scale the cliff. I keep my head blank as I climb, conserving what little of my mind remains. A pillar of light that's like a black sun. There stands Sakura, transfigured to black.
Sakura!
Sakura looks at me with wonder, red eyes without emotion. The coldness of her eyes bring everything to a halt. How stupid. I made the same mistake again.
ああ、来てくれたんですね、先輩。随分と遅いから逃げちゃったのかなって勘違いしちゃいました。ごめんなさい。今すぐ私を呼び戻しますね。先輩を驚かせようと思って出口にいっぱい配置したのは失敗でした。
She smiles. At that instant, my spine turns to ice. Sakura's smile is so unlike her that it makes me forget about what I have to say or what I have to project.
さくら、遠坂はどこに？
I ask a stupid question, completely forgetting about bringing Sakura back. I ask something I don't need to, something that's readily apparent.
姉さん
My question hasn't taken her by surprise. It seems she's pitying me for failing to grasp something so obvious.
そうだ。俺より先に遠坂が来たはずだ。あいつはどこに行った？
The air is hot. It feels like the wind on my skin is melting my body. I look around the cavern from here. I don't see Tosaka below. The only sign of human life is here, by Sakura's feet. A cloth that looks like a ribbon is on the ground, dyed in black. Tosaka's presence is gone. Tosaka's body is gone. Tosaka's bloodstain doesn't even exist.
桜、お前。
ええ先輩の思っている通りです。姉さんはもうこの世のどこにもいないんです。だってさっき私が飲み込んでしまったんですもの。
So if I hadn't taken the time to not kill Saber, then maybe I could have got to Tosaka in time to stop that from happening. Who is it?
あ、もちろん散らかしてなんていませんよ。体も心も残さずきれいに。こんな体になってもお行儀はいいんです。
She's
私
like, I'm a lady after all. Who is it?
けど姉さんは死んでなんかいません。今もこうやって私の中で苦しんでいます。
What is it with... Didn't she get eaten by something in like the last route as well, or the first route where she was in that giant blob that was Shinji? She just can't seem to stop from getting swallowed up by stuff.
姉さん、あんなに弱かったんですね。私がされたことを一から体験させてあげてるんですけど、1日目で泣き崩れてる。ほら、聞こえますか？助けてって、ごめんなさいって、昔の私みたいに叫んでる。ああ、かわいいな。そんなことまで口にして。お願いだからここから出してさくらですって。バカな姉さん。そんなこと言われたらもっと楽しみたくなるのに。
Who is it?
美味しすぎて我を忘れそう。ごちそうさま先輩。先輩が連れてきてくれたあの人は最高のごちそうでした。
Whose outer shell is that? My remaining thoughts ignite. My reason explodes, and I'm starting to forget what I'm supposed to do and who the person in front of me is.
桜、お前は。
You went too far away from me to retrieve you.
やめてください。そんな目で私を見ないで。だいたい先輩がいけないんですよ。セーバーを助けたりするから最後の最後で姉さんは私を殺し損なったんです。セーバーの助けがなかったら殺されていたのは
Oh, okay,
私
so
の
that's
方
why
だ
she
ったの。
disappeared into the shadow, was to kill Tosaka. Oh wow, okay, so Tosaka actually had her dead to rights. That's pretty impressive.
けど嬉しいです。先輩はセーバーを助けて私を助けて姉さんを殺してくれた。
So I wonder if in the normal ending is like maybe we have to make the choice to kill Sakura, like we can't save her, but we save Tosaka and the world. But maybe in the true ending we're able to save everybody. Maybe we can even save Saber somehow. I doubt it, but
だから
違う。俺は。
先輩も一緒に取り込んであげます。さあ先輩、姉さんが待っていますよ。
we can all be a happy family.
姉さんたらさっきから先輩に助けを求めてばっかりなんだもの。
The shadow falls. The lights from the pillars blocked off as if a giant wall is created. Black shadows emerge. I don't know where they came from, but the giants surround me like a prison. There's nowhere to run. The giants melt into each other, becoming a tidal wave that surges over me. All my senses disappear in an instant, an infinite, boundless darkness. I hear someone weeping as I fall into Sakura's shadow. That goes hard the way that Sakura was like, oh, look at her, one day having to deal with all the shit that I had to deal with growing up. She can't even make it one day without crying.
Extra stage! サイド B! お待たせ！あの子もその子もどの子も大好き！みんな大好きフェイト唯一のラブラブ激甘エンドだよ！
Wanting her and everyone.
やったー！優柔不断な男の子をみんなで慰めてダメにする素敵なってこれのどこがラブラブエンドだやっぱり無理あるっすか師匠
I mean, I guess if you want to talk about erotic, you could say that it's like an allusion to vor, if you're into that.
もうこういうサスペンスなの禁止苦労して倒したはずの怪生物がエンディングロールの後に蘇ってフィンとかもう大好き
不滅ゆえに怪物だからな。
はあ先輩久しぶりっすまったくこれというのも変な未練にこだわったからよ助けられるのは一人だけその覚悟で最終決戦に臨んだんだからどんな状況だろうと貫き通さないと立派です師匠けど本当にセイバーを救うエンディングはないんですか
セイバールートをやれ
身も蓋もないけどそういうことねさくらちゃんルートでセイバーちゃんをハッピーにするエンディングはないのでセイバーちゃん支持派は諦めてください
Maybe they're trying to throw us off and actually we somehow can save Saber in the true ending. Saber, aw.
さてタイガー道場もこれで本当におしまいです全40回飽きずに付き合ってくれてありがとうございましたうわーそんなにあったんだけどタイガーこのスタンプ全部集めるとどうなるのそれは集めてのお楽しみ本編ももうすぐ終わるしまだ見てない道場があったらスキップ機能を駆使してやり直すのも楽しいかもね何にせよ今までプレイしてくれてありがとう本編もあとちょっと最後まで頑張ってね今まで本当にありがとう楽しかったよそれじゃあバイバイ縁があったらフルコンプリート後にまた会おうね
Alright, this time we're not going to puss out. As sad as it is, we're actually going to kill Saber. That just seems wild to me, but it's got to be done. There's no hesitation. Holding her gaze, I bring down my heavy arm. There's no resistance. I end Saber's life with one blow. This just seems like crazy to me that he'd do this. Like, thinking back to when I first started playing, if you showed me this picture, I'd be like, no way. There were memories. There was the warmth of life. Her warmth was always by my side. I kill her along with those memories. I search through my mind and throw them away to where I can't find them again. They'll never return. I'll never recall her now. Such a thing will never be forgiven. I chose this path. I killed someone else to save Sakura. Using my own hands, I killed someone who protected me until the very end. Neither regret nor confession will bring forgiveness. This is what it means to ally with someone. I'll keep sacrificing important people for the one I love. And on this path, there's nothing brilliant enough to make up for what I've lost.
でも、セイバー。
I'll search all my life for happiness that can measure up to what I've lost. I'll keep losing more than I gained, and I know I'll stop someday. But I'm going to take responsibility for stealing things away, even if I'm pathetic, comical, or meaningless. I don't know where I can find happiness, but I swear to myself that I'll never give up, even if I can't see the end.
ありがとう。お前に何度も助けられた。
The weight on my dagger disappears. Silent to the end, the dark swordsman sinks into the black shadow, her eyes fixed on me. Alright guys, so sorry for leaving it on a little bit of a cliffhanger. It was a little bit of a shorter episode. I don't know how much more there is to it. I felt like a good place to end it, but the awesome fight between Ryder and Saber, somehow we managed to pull out the win. It's just shocking to me that Saber's actually, like, dead at Shirou's hand. That was crazy. Speaking of Shirou, he's, like, not doing great. He managed to defeat Saber, which is awesome, but I think he said he's got, like, maybe one more in him, and then that's it. So he's gonna probably save that for Sakura to try and stop her, with Rin's help. So I know that there's the normal ending, and there is the true ending. So I'm not sure how much more is left. I don't know if we're going to be able to get both of those into, like, the next episode, or if we're going to divide it into, so it's we're either going to finish it up next week, or, like, maybe 2 episodes. But either way, it's coming to an end soon, guys. It's crazy, but I'm super excited to see, like, how the finale of this is going to be. I'm, like, digging it. I love seeing Sakura just full on, like, evil villain, but hopefully we can save her. I imagine that's what the true end is going to be. So that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned next week for the final confrontation. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Revealing Storm, Lynn's VA, Kenju Storm, and iCognito.